Hello everyone, and welcome to a review for the game Dinomercs, a new roguelike deck builder from developer Unusual Undertaking. So right off the bat, you may be wondering, what the heck am I doing reviewing a roguelike deck builder? Well, here's the story. The developer messaged me in Twitter and said, hey, I know this is a bit outside of your usual repertoire, but I have a key for Dinomercs. Folks, you have no idea how nice that is to hear that, because I get review keys all the time for games in genres that I do not play. And the people sending these keys apparently have no idea what kind of content I create, because they don't make any mention of what my channel looks like. They just send the key and say, hey, will you review this? So it was really nice to have an indie developer who knows my channel and knows that I typically don't cover this kind of game. But they made a point to say that and then offered me the key. And I thought, you know what? That tells me that you know something about my channel. Okay, let's do this. So the concept behind Dinomercs is pretty simple. There is a graph of events that you have to traverse down, and this encompasses one of two different kinds of encounters. You're either going to attack with your Dinomerc, another Dinomerc in direct combat, or you're going to defend your base. In the center of the screen, there's going to be 5 card slots, and when it's your turn, you're going to place and arrange your 5 cards. There are 3 slots that give you bonuses to your cards, and 2 slots that create negative effect on your cards. So there's some strategy in how you deploy your cards and in what order they get deployed in. When it's the enemy turn, it's the same deal. You're going to take the enemy's cards and arrange them based on the bonus slots and the negative slots. It can be a little bit confusing at times when you're playing the enemy turn cards to determine exactly what is happening. I got a little confused on a couple of cards. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between a negative effect and a positive effect. There could be some clarity here among these cards, but still the whole concept is pretty cool, and it's very straightforward and very simple. It's deck builders, the cards come out, damage is done either to your mercenary or to your base, and if you survive, you move on to select the next node. And there are, of course, characters that you can unlock as you progress through the game. There are other dinos that you can take for your mercs. But the thing that I really wanted to talk about was the artwork and the style of this game, and just the professional polish of the game. Everything about this game looks really cool to me for a 2D game. The artwork, the polish on it, the buttons, the way everything is done with the graphics and the animation, it all just screams of attention to detail. And that was the thing that struck me about the game when I first started playing. It was just how polished it looked. I'm really impressed by this, and it's the kind of thing where, because of their color use and the way they used fonts and the way they made things, everything easy to read, and for the most part easy to decipher without any kind of tutorial, even though there is a very simple tutorial in it. The way everything is done and the way it is put together and the way it is packaged, it just makes me excited to see what this developer can do next. Like they said, I'm not really into roguelike deck building games. I have played this a little bit and I've had a fun time with it. And it's a cool game if you have some free time and you're like, I gotta kill some time between now and the next meeting. I don't have time to sit down and play like Diablo 4 for 3 hours, but I got 20 minutes. Yeah, grab this. It's fun. If you're into roguelike deck building games, I think this is going to be right up your alley. I just think that the professionalism and the polish to the game is really fantastic. I love the artwork in it. The concept is great. I mean, it's straight out of a 14-year-old's mind, right? I have a 14-year-old son and a 15-year-old stepson, and this is exactly the kind of thing they would have dreamed up. Dinomercs. What's not to love? It's awesome. So I'm really happy that the developer sent me the key. I'm pleased that they reached out, and I was just so happy that they said, I know this isn't your thing, but would you do this anyways? That takes a lot of moxie, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that they knew something about my channel to know that I typically don't do these kinds of games. So I wanted to take the time. I haven't played it extensively, obviously, because it's not really my jam, and because there's 1,000 other things going on right now with System Shock and Diablo 4 and Vagrus and a whole bunch of other games. But I really appreciate them reaching out to me, and I just appreciate, like I said, I'm going to use this, I'm overusing this word, but it's polished, folks. It's really nicely done. So, if roguelike deck builders are your game, I definitely think you should go out and get this. The game is on Steam right now in early access for $7. That's it. So if this is your jam, for sure, I think you should go take a dive into it. That's all I got for now. I'm Colors Fade. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dig it, subscribe to the channel. Leave questions and comments down below. Consider supporting my Patreon, which is listed in the description below. And definitely consider going out and pitching out $7 for Dinomercs. Until next time, everyone, happy gaming.